fight with Sonny Liston. In 1964, Cassius Clay was 22 years old. He was tall and strong. After 19 fights and 19 wins, he wanted to fight the world champion, Sonny Liston. Clay always moved very quickly in his fights. He danced here and there in the ring. His opponents were big, strong men. But they lost because their punches usually didn't hit him. But Liston was the world champion and a very strong boxer. The newspapers in the U.S. said, "Liston is going to win this fight. Clay is very young. Liston is going to kill him." Only 3 newspapers said, "Maybe Clay can beat the champion." The fight was in Miami, and it was on television in a lot of American theaters, too. Young Cassius Clay wanted to be famous and make a lot of money. Before his fights, he played a game. He talked and talked. Usually boxers were quiet men, but Clay's mouth was always open. Before every fight, he said to the people and the newspapers, "I'm beautiful. I'm good. I'm quick and strong. I'm going to beat that man in 2 or 3 or 4 rounds." White people were angry with him. They didn't like this young black man with the big mouth. "Kill him!" they said to his opponents. "Close that big mouth for him!" But then, of course, a lot of people wanted to see the fight. Before the fight with Sonny Liston, Clay played this same game. Liston was very strong, but he wasn't very quick. The fight is on February 25th. In round 1, Clay starts to dance. Liston can't hit him. Sometimes Clay hits his opponent's face. 1, 2, very quick punches. Then he moves away. Liston goes after him, but slowly. He is big and strong, but he can't hit the young Clay. Clay goes back to his chair. He smiles at his friend, Angelo Dundee. "That's the first round, and he didn't kill me," he says. "I can win this." Liston is on his feet. He doesn't want to sit down. He wants to start round 2. But it is the same story in rounds 2 and 3 and 4. Clay dances across the ring, and Liston can't catch him. Sometimes he hits Clay, of course, but Clay is always moving away. And he is hitting Liston's face and eyes all the time. After 6 rounds, Liston sits down. His face is red, and one eye is closing. Suddenly, he is very tired. "That man can hit," he says. Now it is round 7, and Clay is standing up on his feet. He is waiting. but his opponent isn't moving from his chair. Cassius Clay is the new champion of the world, and he is only 22 years old. He calls to the newspapermen near the ring. "I am the champion! I'm beautiful! I'm number 1 in the world! And you were all wrong, wrong, wrong!" A new name and new problems. The day after that first fight with Liston, Cassius Clay had a new name. "My name is not Cassius Clay now," he said. "It's Muhammad Ali." Ali's family was unhappy about this. His father, Cash Clay, and his mother were good Christian people. Their 2 sons were always good Christians too. They loved their mother and father and had a happy home. "What's wrong with the name Clay?" his father asked. "It's a good name. It's our name." "Clay is a white man's name," Ali said. "We have that name because our family worked for Mr. Clay, a white man. Our family came from Africa, and I would like a new name, a black name. And from today, I'm going to be a Muslim, because in the U.S., white people are Christians. My black brothers are Muslims, and I'm going to be a Muslim too." Later that year, Ali visited Egypt and Africa. He talked to Muslims there. "There are Muslims of all colors in the world," he said. "I know that now. Our problem in the U.S. is only with the bad white people there." But he liked his new Muslim name, and he stayed a Muslim. 15 months later, he and Sonny Liston fought again. This time, Liston was on his face on the floor in the first round. Muhammad Ali was the world boxing champion. In 1967, the U.S. Army was in Vietnam. Thousands of young Americans, white and black, went into the U.S. Army and fought the Viet Cong. The U.S. government called Muhammad Ali and said, "Your country wants you in the army. You have to go to Vietnam." Ali answered, "I'm a Muslim, and Muslims want peace. They don't fight and kill people. Who are the Viet Cong? They don't want to kill me, and I don't want to kill them. I'm not going to go into the army." This was a big problem. The U.S. government said, "Go into the army or go to jail." The American people were angry with Ali, and they really didn't like him. "You can't box in the U.S. You can't be world champion," the government said. "And you can't go and box in other countries." But Ali didn't go into the army. "I'm a boxer," he said. "I fight people because that's my job. But I don't kill people." Ali didn't box for 2 years. He talked to students in schools and got a little money. He talked about peace in Vietnam. "The fighting in Vietnam is wrong," he always said. The government didn't send him to jail, but he didn't have much money. Then, in 1970, the US government said, "You can box again." But there was a new world champion now, Joe Frazier.